Some games don't just entertain us, they shape our memories, challenge our minds, and sometimes even change how we see the world. Whether you're a seasoned gamer or someone just dipping their toes into the world of video games, there are certain titles you need to experience at least once in your life. Gisshonte Super Metroid, Super Nintendo. Let's start things off with a masterpiece, Super Metroid. Released in 1994 for the Super Nintendo, this game didn't just set a standard for its genre, it defined it. You step into the boots of Samus Aran, an intergalactic bounty hunter, exploring the eerie and labyrinthine depths of planet Zebes. But here's where Super Metroid became legendary. It popularized the now iconic formula of interconnected maps and progression tied to acquiring new abilities. Every corner of the map feels intentionally designed. Every upgrade earned feels monumental. And the atmosphere, unmatched. The haunting soundtrack sets the tone with a blend of chilling silence and synthetic hums, pulling you deeper into the isolation of space. 9. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim, multi-platform. Who hasn't heard of Skyrim? Released in 2011 by Bethesda Softworks. This fifth installment in the Elder Scrolls series was more than just a game. It was a cultural phenomenon. Skyrim was everywhere. Whether it was meme-worthy NPC lines or the thrill of discovering a dragon while dual-wielding arcane magic, Skyrim became a template for open-world RPGs. What sets it apart isn't just its size, but its freedom. You can join the College of Winterhold to master magic, dive into the shadows with the Thieves Guild, or even choose sides in the Civil War. But here's the thing, you don't have to do any of that. You can wander, explore more than 100 dungeons, and lose yourself in the snow-covered peaks or lush forests. 8. Final Fantasy VII, multi-platform. In 1997, Final Fantasy VII didn't just release, it redefined storytelling in video games. Square crafted a tale so epic, so emotionally gripping, it remains a benchmark to this day. For starters, this was the first Final Fantasy game to jump from Nintendo hardware to the PlayStation. This leap allowed for cinematic cutscenes, sprawling narratives, and a world that felt alive in every sense. Set in a dystopian, steampunk world filled with corporate greed and ecological devastation, Final Fantasy VII tackled complex themes like identity crisis, mental health, and corporate propaganda. And let's not forget the characters, Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Sephiroth, icons etched into gaming history. Jedinchi Metal Gear Solid, PlayStation, Windows. Some games entertain, others challenge, but few transform the medium. Released in 1998, Metal Gear Solid isn't just a stealth action game, it's a cinematic experience, developed by Hideo Kojima and published by Konami. This game gave players a level of immersion and storytelling unheard of at the time. You play as Solid Snake, tasked with infiltrating Shadow Moses Island to stop a nuclear threat. But the genius lies in the details, the innovative stealth mechanics, the clever AI enemies, and moments like swapping controller ports to outsmart Psycho Mantis are just unforgettable. 6. Half-Life 2, multi-platform. When Valve released Half-Life 2 in 2004, they didn't just make a sequel, they redefined what first-person shooters could be. You return as Dr. Gordon Freeman, now fighting against a dystopian alien regime in a world gripped by despair. The world building is incredible, but what sets Half-Life 2 apart is the gravity gun, a game-changing mechanic that turned everyday objects into deadly weapons. Why shoot when you can launch a saw blade across the room? The pacing is impeccable, the characters unforgettable, and the modding community legendary. To this day, Half-Life 2's DNA runs deep in modern gaming. 5. The Last of Us, PlayStation. Some games tell stories, others make you feel them. The Last of Us, released in 2013 by Naughty Dog, is the latter. Set in a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by a fungal infection, this third-person survival game is more than just a zombie tale. It's about Joel and Ellie, two broken souls navigating loss, hope, and the raw human drive to survive. What makes The Last of Us extraordinary isn't just the action or the cinematic cutscenes, it's the connection you form with these characters. Every moment feels earned, every death stings, and every quiet moment feels impossibly heavy. If you want to experience the emotional potential of video games, The Last of Us is non-negotiable. 4. Super Mario World, Super Nintendo. Is there any game more universally beloved than Super Mario World? Released in 1991, this Super Nintendo classic perfected the 2D platformer formula. Every level feels handcrafted, every challenge fair, and every secret enticing. From the innovative Chocolate Island 2, where pathways change based on your performance, to the thrill of discovering hidden exits, this game rewards creativity and curiosity. And then there's Yoshi. Mario's dinosaur buddy brought an entirely new layer to gameplay, with abilities like eating enemies and providing longer jumps, no matter how skilled you are. Super Mario World always has something up its sleeve. 3. Grand Theft Auto V, multi-platform. In 2013, GTA 5 changed everything. Developed by Rockstar Games. This isn't just an open-world game, it's a satirical mirror held up to society. You follow 3 protagonists, Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, as they navigate heists, betrayals, and an absurdly over-the-top world filled with dark humour. But it doesn't stop there. GTA Online became an unstoppable multiplayer juggernaut. From elaborate casino heists to role-playing servers where players act as cops or paramedics, GTA 5 is still shaping gaming culture over a decade later. 2. Tetris. Game Boy. Simplicity meets perfection. That's Tetris. Released in 1989 on the Game Boy. This puzzle game became a global obsession. Its creator, Alexei Pajitnov, crafted a concept so universally appealing that it transcends age, skill, and cultural barriers. Rotating and stacking tetrominos might sound simple, but anyone who's chased a high score knows the addictive magic of Tetris. It's timeless, it's meditative, and it's one of the most iconic games ever made. 1. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Nintendo Switch. At the top of our list, Breath of the Wild, released in 2017 for the Nintendo Switch. This isn't just a game, it's a masterpiece. You play as Link, dropped into the sprawling kingdom of Hyrule with nothing but curiosity and courage. What sets Breath of the Wild apart is its freedom. Climb any mountain, glide across valleys, cook wild recipes, or just stare at the sunset. Every inch of Hyrule feels alive and brimming with possibilities. No 2 players will ever have the same journey, and that's what makes Breath of the Wild legendary. So, which of these masterpieces have you played? Are there any you're adding to your bucket list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more awesome content. Happy gaming!